classy manners, 7 habits, polite people master, that the rest of us should steal immediately. We like to romanticize elegance. The woman who never seems flustered, whose blouse stays perfectly pressed even after a 3-hour layover and an unplanned toddler meltdown at gate 14B. The man whose good afternoon somehow carries more warmth than a hug. The sort of human who can sip tea while discussing global affairs and never dribble on their cuff. But beneath the Pinterest boards and self-help books, real elegance is almost suspiciously quiet. It does not demand your praise with hashtags and choreographed reels. It does not tap its glass for applause. It just is. And when you meet it in the wild, you feel 2 things: a gentle admiration and an acute awareness that you could stand to shape up a bit yourself. So today, a humble offering: 7 habits that truly well-mannered people live by. They don't broadcast them, and you won't find them scribbled on the inside of a coffee shop wall. They're subtle, consistent, and mildly threatening to your excuses. Shall we? The hello heard without volume. A well-mannered person never enters a space like an unpaid extra. They greet the room with a quiet confidence that lands softer than a doorbell, but stronger than any forced "hi guys" you've ever heard on social media. It's not theatrical. It's not a stage whisper either. It's just deliberate. They say, "Good morning," as if you deserve a good one. They say your name as if you matter. And then they stop talking, because polite people do not turn a greeting into a monologue about traffic. Small talk that isn't small at all. There is an art to small talk that keeps it from becoming small-minded. A well-mannered person knows how to steer a casual chat just far enough from the weather, but not so far that you're suddenly examining each other's childhood traumas by the cheese platter. They ask, "What's been the highlight of your week?" instead of "busy lately?" which, if we're honest, is just a cry for help in conversational form. They listen. They nod. They resist the feral urge to check their phone mid-story. And when the small talk is done, they part with "lovely catching up," not "we should totally do lunch sometime," unless they actually plan to invite you. Because well-mannered people are allergic to empty promises. Compliments with spine. A sloppy compliment is worse than none at all. Well-mannered people understand this. They don't toss out half-hearted "you look nice" while scrolling their notifications. They focus. They deliver. That color brings out your eyes beautifully. Your laugh makes this whole place warmer. It's surgical, specific, sincere. And when the tables turn, they accept a compliment without folding themselves into awkward denials. "Thank you" is the entire script. Not "thanks, but I look awful," or "oh, please, this shirt is from the clearance bin behind the clearance bin." Just "thank you." Polite people don't fight nice words. They pocket them and move on. The subtle dance of space. We've all seen people treat public places like an extension of their living room. Bags strewn across 4 chairs. Jackets on a communal bench. One polite sigh away from unpacking an entire picnic on a stranger's lap. Well-mannered people, by contrast, occupy exactly the space they need. No more, no less. Their belongings stay tidy. Their voice stays low. Their gestures never block your line of sight to your own coffee. They understand the unspoken contract of shared air. If we must coexist, let's not make it harder than it already is. They leave room for your elbows, your thoughts, your ability to breathe freely. And when they stand up, the space they leave behind looks untouched, like an elegant ghost just passed through. The gentle art of disagreement. Watch an unrefined person argue, and you'll feel your pulse spike for reasons that have nothing to do with caffeine. The volume, the interruptions, the unsolicited history lessons. Exhausting, Polite people disagree without converting the room into a courtroom drama. They choose words the way one might select a ripe peach, carefully, testing for softness, rejecting the bruised ones. They say, "I see it differently," instead of, "Actually, you're wrong." They allow silence to cushion a point rather than stomping on it for emphasis. They know when an opinion is an invitation, and when it's just a polite nod from someone who'd rather change the topic to dessert. The listening that feels like a gift. Here's a dark truth. Most people don't listen. They reload their own reply while you're still mid-sentence. Well-mannered people see listening as a personal sport. No multitasking. No glancing around for someone more interesting. No finishing your sentence like they're competing for a prize. They listen fully. And when they do speak, it's not to hijack, but to build on what you just offered. They know that silence in a conversation isn't awkward. It's a sign of trust. You feel seen. You feel heard. And you remember them long after you've forgotten the name of that one influencer who never stops interrupting herself. The goodbye. Nobody has to prompt. If you need someone to shoo you out of a gathering, you've stayed too long. Well-mannered people do not linger until the host starts vacuuming around their ankles. They sense the shift in the room, the polite stretching, the final refill of water, the discreet glance at the clock. And they rise gracefully, not like they're being exiled, but as if they've planned this moment all along. Their farewell is warm but brief. "Thank you for having me. This was wonderful." Then they're gone. No drawn-out departures at the door. No repeated hugs that trap the host in a hospitality purgatory. Their absence, ironically, reminds you exactly how pleasant their presence was. Real class, real elegance, real manners. None of it is for show. It's a private discipline, a daily ritual, a quiet rebellion against the loud, the sloppy, the thoughtless. And if you read this and thought, "Oh no, I do 3 of these terribly," relax. So do the rest of us. It's why we're here together in this small corner of the internet, trying to raise the collective standard one gentle correction at a time. Now tell me, which one of these habits do you secretly wish your favorite cousin would adopt immediately? If you enjoyed this, subscribe for more lessons in graceful living you can actually use, and browse my personal curation of elegant essentials below. Until next time, may your greetings be warm, your goodbyes timely, and your presence a subtle reminder that manners still matter.